Hi everyone, I'm Divyam and I'm a messy artist. I'm also a storyteller, a writer and a cartoonist. Basically, I've always been into creative things of one kind or another, and one of the things I love about art journaling is the fact that everything is welcome. Cartoons, telling stories, using all kinds of different materials, it's all welcome. When I was a teenager, I was always painting t-shirts, and I was also making my own stories in comic form. I had this series of comics called The Files of Thorn. It was basically a mashup of Dallas, which I was really into at the time, and Agatha Christie murder mysteries, of course. So basically the whole plot was everyone getting murdered and coming back to life and trying to steal each other's oil fortunes along the way. I started off each episode really intricately painting each person in watercolour, and I was so impatient to get on with the story that as it progressed, each person ended up being a blob of watercolour with two eyes. I wish I still had them so that I could show you, but I had a bit of a Zen throwing away spree about 10 years ago, which I really regret. I threw away many things that I wish I still had now. After I went to college, I trained to be an actress. And instead of getting acting work, I got lots and lots of storytelling work. So I went in that direction and I became a professional storyteller for many years. And even though I'm not doing live storytelling at the moment, I still consider myself a storyteller. And all the different creative things I've done, there's always been a thread of telling a story into the mix. I went on to become a writer. I did a master's in writing science fiction and fantasy, which was a lot of fun. And meanwhile, while I was doing all this writing, I was cartooning on the side. I never really thought much about it. I just thought it was something for fun. But over time, I was doing more and more cartoons and less writing short stories. Then towards the end of 2016, I heard about Get Messy from a friend. I'd never heard of art journaling before. It was a bit of a mystery to me. But the thing that jumped out at me straight away was Vanessa's totems class, because dreams and symbols and spirit animals, all of that really spoke to me. And a light bulb went off in my head, like, oh, all of this is part of art journaling? This is incredible. So I signed up and I loved it from the start, and I pretty much fell in love with art journaling straight away. And a few days later I joined Get Messy. Art journaling, how do I love thee? Let me count the ways. There are so many reasons why I love art journaling. So I feel like I can bring all of me. So I can make a mess, or I can paint something really intricate and detailed. It can be happy, it can be moody and grungy. I can bring things from all the different creative fields I've been involved in. I can use cartooning, I can tell a story, I can integrate poetry. I feel like I can be myself, just however I am. And often when I'm in a strange mood and nothing seems quite right, I spend time with my art journal and I feel like a different person after half an hour. Often there are things inside me that I really want to express, but I don't know how. There's no words, there's no way to put it into form except through art journaling. I don't know how to start, so I just sit down, I smush some paint around with my fingers. Some magic happens. When I'm making art, I feel like I'm connecting to a deeper part of myself than I do in my normal everyday life. And I'm connecting to my inner world where there are these images that are really alive. They're as alive as my bones. It's an incredible feeling when I contact that. Art is a way of telling my story and also valuing my story. It's a way of saying, this is who I am. Not just the surface me, but the deeper layers, the things that I care about, the things that I dream about, the journey that I'm on, the myths and the archetypes that I'm moving through on my journey in life. It's like I know myself and I can see myself. And then to share that with others, that's amazing. That's one of the things I love about this community, that yes, we're sharing beautiful pictures and we're inspiring each other with our art, but we're also having a deep conversation. I'm saying, this is who I am. This is a deeper part of me. And wow, that's who you are. That's incredible. I love that it's in a book. I grew up in a tradition where books are sacred. And I'm telling you, if I could take one item with me to a desert island, it would be my art journal, because it's my most sacred book. It's precious. And even if I have another Zen moment where I'm throwing things away, there's no doubt that I'm keeping these forever. Being part of Get Messy has changed my life. I always felt quite solitary, even though I was doing all these different creative things. It was me on my own in my little room, writing or whatever it was I was doing. Yeah, that got a little isolating. And there's something so incredible about being able to still work on my own, but then to reach out and to have this amazing celebration of art with an incredible group of artists all around the world. I'm continually blown away by how many different ways there are to connect. There's social media, there's meeting on Google Hangouts, there's doing collaborations together. They're sending happy mail to each other. It was amazing last summer. A few of us got together at a pub in Paddington. We brought our art journals and a few art journaling supplies. I was so excited to meet everyone. And then when I walked in the room, it was like, hello old friends. I'm so excited for this year. I can't wait to make art with you, to learn with you, and to carry on this incredible art journaling adventure.